we are back here at Hollywood Smoke in the city of Santa Monica. I'm Steve Kim, joined by Michael Montero and Michael Baca. Welcome to another segment of 10 Count. Guys, this past weekend at the Thomas & Mack Center, over 16,000 people were on hand to watch Manny Pacquiao win another title against Jesse Vargas, but there's a particular guy that was given front row VIP treatment by top-ranking Manny Pacquiao himself, Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. Mike, you've said it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's not if, it's when. The only question I have is it going to be next May or next September? And this is where you can start to get into Oliver Stone land with the conspiracy theories related to Canelo Golovkin and the dates. I really don't think they want to go up against that card. So to me, that leads me to think it's going to happen in May.
Let's face it, that first fight was Waterworld or Ishtar. It was this highly touted, overhyped movie that was an absolute bust. It would have won Razzies, okay, in Hollywood terms. The question is, though, guys, Mike, is this still the biggest fight in boxing?
Business-wise, yes, right? I don't think there's any other fight that can do 2 million buys, and that's half of what they did. And that's exactly why I agree with you. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Obviously, I don't need to see it again. I wouldn't ask for it. But knowing me, the week of the fight, I'm always going to have this idea of, maybe Manny can test him,
Junkie. Boxing
exactly.
Junkie, yeah.
It's exactly. I mean, I know I'm not exactly helping, but that's what's going to happen. I already know it. I will be excited for it at the end of the day.
Mike, we have the excuse. We cover boxing.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know how they sell this one. What's the slogan? IV free? Or Manny has two good shoulders this time? Or,
that's what I was going to say.
Or it can't possibly be bad as the first. I mean, what selling points is that?
Let's be honest. They've sold fights with shittier taglines than that. They have in the past. They've done worse sell jobs, and it's worked before. So if you have VADA testing here, if you have some sort of medical clearance before the fight, both guys have to pass some kind of physical, both their shoulders are working, a different ref in there, because a lot of people didn't like what the ref did last time with the holding and grappling. That's enough to sell 2 million. I agree with you. This will do 2 million.
I'm not sure about that. I think it does 7 figures. I think there's a large segment of the American population, the casual fan over the flyover states, who peeked in and purchased boxing for the first time in years at $100 plus taxes, and they said, not again. I've said, if that was a Yelp review, they would have given it half a star. I'm not so sure you get those people back. Also, we have to face this reality, and this is not an endorsement of any illegal means or activities, but when boxing fans say on Twitter, I am not buying this fight or watching it. Okay, translation, that means you're going on Facebook Live or a stream. Okay, now that is a big thing, because if you look at some of these streaming numbers on some of these platforms,
huge.
Boy, they're pretty big. And I think boxing fans, for this particular one, again, I think the numbers will be significant, but I think there's a good portion of the fan base, they will find a way to rebel by watching it, but not paying for it.
I can't disagree with that.
I mean, it's just like I said. Everybody's going to say, no, we don't want the fight. Week of the fight, you're going to be interested because it's Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Is there two bigger figures in the sport right now? I don't think so. Real quick, Steve, do you think this has any chance of landing on a network?
No.
No?
Well, even if both fighters make, let's say, half of their previous guarantee from May 2nd through whatever that date was, 2015, do you see any network paying up a license fee of 50 to 100 million? And then can you get the sponsors for that? I just don't see it. I think pay-per-view still, for as flawed as it is, and ironically, the damage that was done to it by the first fight, it is still the most lucrative platform you could put this fight on. And the other question is, you're right, whether Manny comes in with the supersized shoulder or two shoulders this time, I don't know stylistically if this fight can be any different than it was the first time. That's the bigger issue.
I don't think it looks any different. Both fighters will be 2 years older than they were in the first fight. It's just going to be the 13th round of the first fight in this second fight. I don't see how there's any change. But I can tell you this much. From what I see on social media, the comments I get on my channel, we talk about how that fight, the first one, destroyed the pay-per-view model in boxing right now, blew it up. There are a lot of fans out there that disagree with that still support Floyd, ride or die. And there are still, believe it or not, a lot of Filipino fans that think Manny won the first fight. There's all these conspiracy theories about the judging. I'm telling you, it's still going to do business.
Right. No, but again, when you go from 2 million buys to the 4.4, that number from 2 to 4.4 really is the casual fan. And you go back to how that first fight was covered. It was not sold by us. We're the regular boxing media. They don't care about us.
We built it up for a decade.
I mean,
then
listen,
they took it. We laid the groundwork.
I mean, some of us were even banned from the fight. Hello, me. And they didn't care. As long as the ESPN was there, CBS. I still remember the opening press conference. It was at LA Live. And there was this whole press row of a red carpet. And you had Entertainment Tonight. And you had Extra. And I said, this has gone far beyond boxing. I don't think that's there this time. I don't see the interest being at that level. Also, I just wonder with both fighters, specifically Floyd, who, if you listen to reports, made what, $400 million. Now, how is he going to take only making $100 million this time? Will he accept the haircut? Those are the things we really don't know. As of now, he is still retired. Again, though, I just wonder, does boxing need to turn the page from this era of boxing? My guess is yes, but I think it's an indictment on the sport. They can't or they won't.
Yeah, bottom line is these guys make money, right? And that's what the power figures in boxing are in it for, is to make money. Not all of them. Some of them really do love the sport, but some of these guys don't give a damn about the sport, and it's more of an ego play. To follow up on your theory about it going on network TV, I mean, is there a chance that Floyd could be paying back Uncle Al for all the great things he's done for him to be the saving grace of the PBC and put this on as a PBC thing? I'm just throwing it out there. Is there a chance of that?
No.
Wouldn't it be kind of an investment?
A huge one. Yeah. It would be the smart thing to do.
That's why I brought it up.
I can't see that scenario.
No?
Listen, do I think that it would be great if everyone had world peace and we could sing Kumbaya and that, we could balance the federal budget, but those things aren't happening. When it's all said and done, still the greatest way to generate the most amount of revenue, and this is still a fight, that in certain respects has insulated itself from the decline of the pay-per-view business. As long as these guys are being reasonable about their financial demands, pay-per-view still makes the most sense. To me, I think what the PBC has shown is boxing at its highest level is still a niche sport in this country, and still the best way to make the most amount of money, even with declining numbers, is pay-per-view. I just don't see any network saying, or any entity saying, here's $50 to $70 million for one event that we're going to front. I just don't see that happening.
What if it's a point share? I mean, Pacquiao is just paid by a point share of the pay-per-view. Right. What if it's based on ratings, Nielsen ratings or sponsorship, something like that? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm hoping, knocking on wood here, that something like that could be done. Or what if they stack the undercard? I mean, is there any saving grace here, or is it just another load of shit?
Just looking at the track record, when you pay that much for the main event, there is no money. Every pay-per-view show has a budget, so basically, you're going to get Zhao Shiming, all right? You're going to get Jay Leon Love on one side, right? And then you'll probably get some other Al Heyman fight, and there you go. There's your undercard. Because when it's all said and done, I've always had a theory. Guys like me and you, we care about the undercard. But even then, 95% of that casual audience really doesn't start watching that show till I would say about 2 hours into the broadcast. And that's just the fact of life.
That's when people show up in the arena, too.
Yeah, just look at the stands. You can see it. I mean, that's one major difference between boxing and the UFC. One thing the UFC has done so well is they've branded their fighters so well, and they stack their undercards. The casual UFC fans know the names of those fighters. Casual boxing fans don't know who Zhao Shiming is.
Right. Well, all right. Well, it's going to happen, whether you like it or not. Anyway, for Michael Montero and Michael Baca, this is Steve Kim. This has been The 10 Count.